There are phenomena that science still can't explain. Déjà vu is one of them. It's not just a sensation. Sometimes it comes too precisely and too timely. Today, 8 cases of déjà vu that truly frighten scientists. Fact 1. Déjà vu before a seizure. For some people with epilepsy, déjà vu is not just a feeling, but a warning. A few seconds before a seizure, they feel as if they have already lived through this exact moment. Doctors call this an aura. But the strange part is that patients can sometimes describe what is about to happen next, even though it hasn't happened yet. Scientists explain this as a malfunction in the temporal lobe of the brain. However, recordings show that sometimes the brain has not even entered the seizure phase, yet the déjà vu has already begun. This creates a paradox. The signal appears before the cause. And that raises a question. Is it really a glitch, or does the brain briefly look ahead? Fact 2. People who live in déjà vu. There are rare cases where a person experiences déjà vu almost constantly. One patient claimed that every day had already happened and that everything was simply repeating. He stopped watching television and reading news because he already knew what would be there. Doctors linked this condition to memory problems, but tests showed that he could not actually predict real information. So what was he feeling? Not knowledge, but absolute certainty that everything had already happened. The most disturbing part is that such people gradually lose their sense of reality, because if everything has already happened, then there is no choice left. Fact 3. Déjà vu and dreams. Some people say they first saw an event in a dream and later experienced it in real life as déjà vu. Scientists explain this as coincidence and memory distortion, but in some cases, the similarities are too precise. Conversations, phrases, even small details of the environment. A person does not just recognize the moment, they remember seeing it before. And here's the strange part. Sometimes these dreams occur days or even weeks before the real event. The brain is not supposed to predict the future. So why does it sometimes create scenes that later repeat almost perfectly? Fact 4. A time glitch in the brain. One theory suggests that déjà vu is caused by a delay in signal processing. Information travels through 2 pathways, and one arrives slightly later. The brain interprets the second signal as a memory. This sounds logical, but experiments show that the delay should be only fractions of a second. Meanwhile, people describe déjà vu as something longer and more intense, with a strong feeling of having lived it before. In some cases, déjà vu appears even without a second signal. That means the brain creates a memory without a clear cause. At that point, it no longer looks like a delay, but like a moment that was recorded before it even happened. Fact 5. Déjà vu in healthy people. Most often, déjà vu occurs in young and healthy individuals, especially those who experience new places and situations. Scientists believe the brain compares the present moment with similar memories. But there's a problem. Sometimes déjà vu happens in completely unfamiliar places where a person has never been and has never seen anything similar before. No photos, no videos, no memories. So what is the brain comparing it to? Some researchers suggest that the brain builds a false sense of recognition from fragments of past experience. But in some cases, those fragments seem to come from nowhere. Fact 6. Déjà vu and stress. It has been observed that déjà vu occurs more often during fatigue or stress. This makes sense. The brain becomes less stable. But in some cases, the opposite happens. People describe déjà vu during moments of full focus and clarity. They feel that the situation is familiar even while being completely aware of what is happening. This is not confusion or exhaustion. It is a clear and precise sense of repetition. And the strangest part, the more a person tries to break the pattern, the stronger the feeling that they have already tried to do this before, and that it led to the same result. Fact 7. Déjà vu in children. Déjà vu also occurs in children, even though they have limited life experience. They describe it simply, "I've seen this before." But sometimes children add details that concern adults. For example, they say they know what will happen next. Scientists explain this as imagination and developing memory, but there are cases where children describe a sequence of events, and it actually matches what happens later. It is difficult to verify scientifically, but the fact remains, déjà vu appears even when the brain is still learning how the world works. Fact 8. The unanswered question. Despite decades of research, science still does not have a complete explanation for déjà vu. There are theories, there are experiments, but none of them explain everything. The strangest part is how real déjà vu feels. It is brief but extremely precise, as if the brain briefly shows something it should not be able to access. And the question remains, is this just a glitch or a part of a mechanism we do not yet understand? Because if it is only an error, why does it feel so accurate and sometimes so perfectly timed?